Okay, so today's class we will go a little bit more further with the text and how to create poster using text. And as you all know, the text is one of the elements of multimedia. So this is also your one of the first assignments to create a text based poster. So that's what we will learn. And apart from this, we will also see what kind of images we will use. We will use images, but not as it is. I will show you how what kind of images we can use at this time and how we can convert those images into a text. So first of all, if you will see on my Photoshop, I have this create new option. I will just click here, create new, and I will go to the print because we are going to create a A4 size poster. Now here is the A4 size poster template. This is ready-made, so we don't have to worry about any size or anything because everything is set up. So as soon as I will click it, you will see all the sizes and the dimension, like the resolution, everything is automatically created. So that's a good thing when you select a template which is already made one. These are some extra advanced templates, ready-made templates, which we will not use for this project, but maybe in future you can use these for your other projects too. But at this stage, we are going to work on this template. Now, one thing you can set it up. Right now, we will keep the color mode to RGB, but you can set it up to CMYK if you're going for a printing press. But we are doing for a screen, so we will keep it RGB. And bitrate, we will keep it at 8 bits. And then bitrate is basically the quality and the depth of the colors and the pixels of your image. So we are not doing something really heavy or really complex, so we will keep it 8-bit. Rest everything I will keep it as it is, and I'll just press create, and we'll have this poster. So automatically you will see there is a new layer being made here called background. So we can create other layers on top of it. Now, one thing which I always recommend when you are doing a poster or any sort of a design, if there is if you start it, you start with a background, but don't work on the background layer itself. You can create a new layer, call it background color or background image, and then you can work on it. Just 1 minute, I have to set up my mic because it is too low. I have to put it up. Okay, so I think now the voice quality will be a little better as I have moved it up. So now what I'm going to do here is that let's create a poster for a debate competition, or you can say something um, like a debate show, like for debates, not a competition, or let's make a debate competition. Now in the background, I can choose a color related to debate. Now debate is usually on stage, and on the stage things are bit darker because they want the spotlight on the debater, and there is no light on the audience. So in this case, audience can clearly see the debater. So that kind of environment I want to keep here. So usually what happens, the stage and everything, the atmosphere is darker. The seats where people are sitting are usually red. Okay. So that's kind of environment I want to create here. So what I will do here is that I will make a new layer and I will add a color here, but not black or red. I can do two things here. First of all, I can make two different like colors here, black and red, and start typing things here. So let's do that. Okay, I will go in my colors option here and I will press this default button. When I press this default button, what it will do is that it will convert whatever color is here to default. What is the default color? Foreground is black, background is white. So I will choose foreground black. Okay, it's already black, so I will choose it. Then if I want the whole thing to be black, so I have to take this paint bucket tool, click on the screen, and the whole thing will become black. Now I will write here, I will double click this text here, layer 1, and rename it to black BG. Now this black BG will help me to understand like this is the black background which I created. Now I will make a new background and I will call this one red BG. Now red, I don't want the whole thing. I want only on the bottom, because usually if you see in the stage environment, the top, like the environment, the atmosphere itself, the walls, the ceiling is darker. The seats are like red. So that's for like kind of a color theme I'm going to choose here. So I will double click on this color, or not double click, just single click over here. I can choose the red color, or simply I can just go here and change the color, and you can see it is changing here as well. So two different methods. If you don't have this color option, you can go to window, click on color, or press F6 on your keyboard and you will get this option. This is the shortcut F6, or just simply go to window and press color and you will get this. So I will choose a little, not too bright, not too dark color, something just like this. And then I will take a rectangle tool over here, normal rectangle tool, and I want this rectangle tool to be pixels, and I can create here something like this sort of a box. So it will create a red box. Other thing I can do is that I can go to edit, undo this. Instead of making a solid rectangle, I can go here and choose rounded rectangle. What it will do is that it will give me rounded corners of the rectangle, just like a seat. If you will see a seat in a theater or anywhere, they are rounded from the corners. So that kind of feeling I will have it here. So that also I can do. I can take this, how much round I want. I have this pixels here. So if I will create right now, it's not too round, it's almost sharp. So it is 10. So let's make it 100 and let's see how much is the 100. 100 is fine. Okay, so I will take the rounded rectangle, choose the value of 100. 100, the higher value right now. Why it is working? Because my size of my project which I chose is A4, which is a huge size. So that means anything I'm choosing have to be accordingly huge. So that's why 100 is working. If your project is smaller, then maybe 100 is not good. Maybe 100 is too high for that project. If it is smaller, so maybe 10 will work. But this is a huge project. The file size is little huge. Then I have, so that's why I'm choosing 100. Now I will go back to this part, and I will not make a small rectangle just like this. What I will do at this stage is that I will go to the edge. I will do edge to edge. Like suppose this edge I will start with. Okay. And this edge I will end it, but I will go a bit down because I want the rounded rectangle, rounded corners on the top, not on the bottom. So that's why I will go off the screen from the bottom and I will draw it from edge to edge. You can see from a right edge to left edge. Bottom I have offset it down. The reason is that so that I don't have any rounded corners on the bottom. as soon as I will leave my mouse, it will give me something like this. So edge to edge, rounded rectangle here, a very nice sort of a, you can say a style or a feeling over here I have it. Okay. Now, once this is created, you cannot change the color of it, because what will happen if you will change the color? Let me take my bucket tool here, change it to maybe blue. So I will choose blue color from here. And let's see if I zoom in and go to this layer of our red RGB and click on this rounded rectangle with the blue color. Notice what happens to the corner. As soon as I will click it here, so you can see the corner are now not smooth as they were. Let me zoom in. Okay, so this is after like using paint bucket, and if I control Z or edit, control Z to undo, so you can see it is now smoother. So if I click on it, it will become jagged or jittering, not that smooth, and it is as smooth just like this. So how you will change a color in future, you want to change it, if you like decided to change, if your plan is to change the color later on. So how you will change the color? To simply change the color, what you need to do is that there are two different ways to do it. You can select your color, your layer. Simply you can go to the filter, and here you will see a lot of different options here. Okay, and just 1 minute, one student is asking a question. Let me ask her. Okay, I will go to filter here. So there are a lot of filters here, artistic, blur, and all these filters here. So I think sorry, not in the filter, let's go to the image. In the image I have here adjustment. In the adjustment I have here hue and saturation. As soon as I will give to hue and saturation, you will see this complete option here: hue, saturation, master, hue, saturation, lightness, everything. Now hue, what it do is that it allow you to change the hue of your selected object. What is the hue? The color. If I slide this, you can notice that without affecting the quality. Okay, 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 without changing the quality, you will notice that it is changing the color. But just notice here, I'm over here on the on my hue, and you can see my pointer is pointing the yellow color. Now it is the yellow color. Okay, and here on the stage it is showing me the blue color. So how I know that the color I'm going to choose is here? The thing is, first of all, you have to eyeball. Second thing is that do you have this like spectrum of the color here? So if I move here, whatever is in the middle will be here. So one thing you can do here is that you can click on this spot, choose the color that you want on your screen. Okay, and then you can move it. Okay, just like this. Oops. Okay, but that is doing the saturation, so I don't want that. Let me undo it. Okay, now let me cancel this, because what I did was that I just chose that particular area. Let's go back to the hue and saturation. Okay, so simply what you need to do is that you have to make sure this part you are looking at, and this is the red color, the middle color is the red color. So if I want the green color, so I have to move this and keep my eye over here. I will be eyeballing this area, and as soon the green will reach in the middle, So green will be showing here. Now, if you think the green is too bright, so what you can do is that you can go to the saturation. What is the saturation? The brightness, the dullness of your color. If I will go all the way to the grayish area, so it will become dull. Or if I will go all the way to the bright red area, so it will become more brighter. Okay, so you can see that. Dull means all like completely black and white. So maybe if it is too dark, like too bright, so I will just use this much. Now it is dull, not bright anymore, but at the same time it's light, still light. I want it to be darker, so I will go to the lightness. White means 100% light, okay, and black means 100% dark, so I can go to the black area. So this is how one way to change the color. I will cancel it. Other way is that if you will see at this stage you have nothing, but if you double click at this part, it will give you layer style, and the layer style you can also get from here, from this FX. If I will go here, you can see the layer style. Now the layer style that we are looking for is color overlay. So if I will go to the color overlay, it will take me to the same layer style which you can get by double clicking here, but automatically it will also activate the color overlay. As soon the color overlay is selected, you will see that there is one color here, and that color is applied on the bottom. So if I will go at this point, I can change to any other color, suppose blue. Okay, so it will change it to blue. If I want red but little darkish red, so I can choose the red and press OK and OK and done. That's how you can change two ways the color of anything that you have had made, which is basically image. If it is text, text is easy. You just change the color from here, it will automatically change. But if it is an image, so this is how you can change its color. Now you can see it is showing you the effect, the color overlay. If I will hide the color overlay by clicking this eye icon, it will show me how it was before and how it is after. Now what I can do here is that I can just click on this button to collapse it, so it will be closed. I can click it again. You can see the small arrow. If it is open, then you know it's taking too much space. It doesn't look neat. So to avoid that, I will just click it here, so it will not take too much you can say space here. Now this is done. The one thing I can do here is I can go and make a new layer and call this maybe spotlights. So this is called spotlights. Now in the spotlights, what I'm going to do is I will add a black color here. I will take my bucket tool. Again, I will press the default color here, so it will become automatically black, and I will click on my screen. It's all black. Now why I added the black, we'll know it in a while. Now I can go to filter, and to add a spotlights here, there is a option like category here, and this category is known as render. In the render, I have here flame, I have here picture frame, I have here tree, clouds, different clouds, fiber, lens flare, lightning effect. So many different things I have here. Now the one that I'm interested right now in is lighting effect. If I will go to the lighting effect, it will give me a completely new interface for that. Okay. So here is my lighting effect, and you can see that it is giving me a light option here. Okay, I can make a like the light bigger or smaller. Okay, and here is the exposure of the light, which is 0 right now. So if I will increase the exposure, it will make this exposure brighter or lighter here. Okay, but at this stage I don't want the spotlight. I have here point light as well. I have here infinite light as well. Okay, and I have here the same spotlights here. Now one thing I can do at this stage is that I have here different texture options here, and if I go to spotlight, there should be, yeah, presets. So here in the lights, okay, we will ignore these lights right now, spot, point, infinite, because we are not making our own. We have here presets which are uh, pre-made lights. So we have different kind of, like 2 o'clock spotlight, okay, just something like this. Then we have a blue omni, okay, which is like this. You can see that it is giving me a bluish color, okay. Circle of lights, something like that. Cross down. So the one that I'm looking is 5 lights down, something like this, but it is too you can say kind of dark, so I have to increase its color. Let's see from where I can increase the color. Yeah, from colorize I can go to colorize, change the exposure, increase the exposure a little bit. Hotspot, increase the hotspot all the way down, this one as well. Glossy, I don't want the light to be too glossy. Metallic, I don't want it to be too metallic as well. So you just check what is basically giving you a good idea, like, result here. And here it is showing you the intensity and everything. From here as well you can change it to whatever you want, okay. So if I want to move it, I can move it up. So there are 5 lights, and you can see there are 5 showing here. So I can select all of them, and then from here, from the move option, I can move it on the top. Okay. And one more thing is that I can change their hotspot as the top one, so it will of like same as this one. Okay, and glossy, little less glossy, uh, negative metallic. So metallic means like your environment have some metal, so it is reflecting through that metal. And ambience, ambience is like overall light, and I will keep it as this. Once I'm satisfied with it, I will just press the OK button. There are some other options here, add if you want to add new light or something, but what I simply did was that I just used the 5 lights down, and it gave me this sort of a light here. Now I'll just press OK, and I have this light at this stage. But once I have the light, you will notice that I cannot see my background color, okay, which was the red, because it's all black and there are lights over it. Now here I will use the blending modes. Now what are the blending modes? It's here right now. I'm on normal, which is the default one. Blending mode is the mode that allow you to mix or blend 2 layers here. Now the one that I want, so you don't have to worry about all of them, you can check them one by one, but I will choose at this stage screen. We will learn about that as we are going to different projects. If I go to the screen, you will see I can see the spotlights as well, and I can see my red background as well. Screen means whatever is black will not show from this layer, but whatever is not black will show. So the background was all black, so that is gone, but the lights were not black, so lights are showing. For example, if I will move this, and you can see that if I'm moving over here on the top of this, you can see that the light is still showing, little faded, but it is still showing because the lights were not black, they were a little bit whitish. Okay, so I hope that part is little clear for you all. So I will move this spotlights up. Now spotlights will be on the top all the time. So what I will do here is that little bit blurry I want this to be because they are very sharp. So I can go to the filter option, blur option, and then I have here different blur option here. The one that I want to use is Gaussian blur, bit high quality. And if you will see, if I increase the blur amount, see what is happening to the lights here. So they are getting blurry also. So I don't want them to be too blurry, so maybe 10. Okay, then I can do that. Plus one more thing I can do, I can go to the filter, blur again, and this time I will choose motion blur. Now I want the blur, motion blur means uh, the angle right now is straight, so it will be blurred from left to right. So if I will increase, you can see that it is blurring from left to right, but I don't want it to blur from left to right. I want it to blur from top to bottom. So I will change this angle to something like this, -90. Okay, from top to bottom. So if I will increase now, so you can see that it is blurring from top to bottom. Okay, so not too much. I want it to blur a little bit, just like this. Press. Now from the top you can see that there are some artifacts here, so don't worry, you can move your layer a little bit on the top. And one more thing I can do, if you all remember, edit, and here we have free transform, which we studied in the last class. So I can uh, increase or decrease the size, but it is uniform. So because I'm using the new version of Photoshop, if I increase or decrease the size, it will be uniform. So I don't want uniform, I only want to affect the height. So I have to press shift on my keyboard and then move it down. But it's not allowing me to do that because the window is not affected. So in here, in the zooming option, I can write here 10%, so I can see the whole thing. Now I can go to edit, free transform, or control T on your keyboard. Okay, so this is how I will get it. Okay, and a little bit also shift and wider. Okay, and here how you can get a like a spotlight. So this is how I want it. Otherwise, you can keep it as it is, fresh out of the box. One way to do the spotlight. So let me remove this one for now. Just I'm just doing it like another way of doing the spotlights. Another way to do a spotlight is that make a new layer. I will call this spotlight, and I will make a one spotlight here. So I will go here, take my rectangle triangle tool, make sure this is pixels, and I will choose a white color here. I will swap so the white will be foreground, and I will make a triangle here. I think from the top, if I will make it something like this, sort of a triangle. And after that, I will go here in the filter and Gaussian Gaussian blur it around something like this. Maybe not this, maybe something like this. And then I will move it a bit up somewhere here. And I will go to filter again, blur, directional blur, sorry, motion blur, and same now -90. I will give a motion blur to it, so it will be something like this. Okay. Now because I made a rectangle here, a triangle here without a black background, so I don't have to do any sort of a blending here. However, I can go to the opacity and reduce the opacity of it, so it can show me whatever is behind, somewhere like this. Okay, and I can put it here. So this is the spotlight. Other things I can use over here. For example, I can go to the free transform. I can scale it in this way, put it somewhere here, or leave it as it is. Maybe a bit with the shift key, I can reduce the size here. Okay, put it somewhere here. Other thing I can do here is, if you will see, there is an eraser tool. If I will take the eraser tool and turn the size little bit up, so you can see still small. Okay, it's too big. Okay, that's fine. And hardness all the way 0, because if I will make it 100% hard, it will be sharp, which I don't want. Now I can erase some part like here, but it is erasing very harshly. So let me undo this. Instead of erasing very harshly, I can reduce the eraser opacity. This is the, you can say, how much you want to erase. 100% erase means 100% it will remove the item on which I'm drawing. I don't want to remove 100% the item on which I'm drawing. I will maybe want it to be 40%. And then if you can see, it is even more or less, I think. Maybe 10%. Okay. So something like this. And maybe from here. So this, what it will do is that the parts that you don't like, it will erase that part. So now I can reduce opacity as much as I want. It's totally up to you. And maybe if you want to make it a little bit more wider, you can use it. Okay, so this is like our background is ready now. So now we can add some text. So not so much of the things here on the background because it is text based. Now it's a debate competition. So I told you about the micro and macro typography in the last class, which is based on the structure of the text layout, and which is also based on the text characters. So that you have to keep in mind while you're doing, and automatically it has been handled. Now here what I will do is I will just go and type the text. Uh, Last I chose this one's right align text, so it's recorded. I don't want this, I want it to be left aligned text. Okay, now I will here write something. University, put it somewhere here. Okay, now I am trying to okay, this went to full screen, that's why I have to. Okay, so the issue over here is that the like the leading is too high, so I have to reduce the leading here. So when I go to the new line, it actually should show me the new line. Now it is fine. So leading I have turned to auto. So later I could change it, because sometimes what happens when you go to the new line, you are not able to see what you're typing. So always make sure that you go in the leading, because if the line space is too high, like suppose if my line was something like 80 or something, okay, or it is more, so you cannot see anything that you're typing because it is going all the way down. So that's one issue here. So you have to make sure whenever you are typing and you cannot see the lines, always go to your character settings, go to the leading, make sure your leading is auto. Then once everything is done, then you can uh, reset it, or you can like change it. Okay, so I will type here university debate. Okay, competition. Okay, now one more thing you can do, which I want to tell you here. This is sometimes students are not able to do this, and there are errors, and that is the spell check. So whenever you type something, you can go to the type option here, and there is like different options here, and there is spell check somewhere. Let me double click the text, make sure the text is selected. I'm not sure where it is. It should be somewhere here. uh yeah, check spelling. In the edit, you will go click the check spelling. Okay, spell check complete means there is no error, but if there is, it will show you. So this is, you have to keep in mind when you're doing something based on the text, and you have to write something, otherwise it will not look good. Now what I will do, I will do some arrangement here, but before doing that, I can press enter here. Okay, and right here 2021, select all, and now I'm going to change the text uh, sizes to fit on my like on my screen. So maybe university size I will keep it a little bit smaller like this. Debate bit bigger, so it will match this line. Competition little bit smaller. 2021, if I will make it bigger to match the debate, it doesn't look that good, so I will keep it uh this small, but instead of uh left align, I will make it right align, or keep it this. I will select all of it and make it right align, then move it here. Okay, now I will select all of them, and I will work on the leading. So leading for all of it, it will look a bit weird right now because they all are different sizes in text. So 106 right now. Now I will select these two, change their leading. Now I will select the last one only and change its leading. So you can select individually lines and change their leading as well. Because all of them, they are different sizes, like different font sizes. So that's why. So I will keep it this way. Now if I will select all of it and I want to reduce the size, if I will go to my uh, text here and reduce the size, you will see it will not allow me. The reason is that because they all are different sizes. But if I will go to the drop down list and select 30 or 36, it will reset the whole thing, which I don't actually want. Let me uh, decline this, keep it as that. The best way to resize is again the free transform. Control T on your keyboard without pressing the shift key, so that it will uniformly change the size. So maybe something like this. Okay, that's it. Now what I can do, some more information, maybe I want to put it here underneath, but I want like a separation here. Like a separation, what I can do, I can use a rectangle tool, take a white color, swap this, and make a new layer here and call this separator. So when you come back here, you know what your like what the separator is. And I want the separator to be same size as from here to here. Now I'm on a new layer, so even if I will draw it over the text, it doesn't matter because it will not write over the text, it will make it on a separator. So what I can do, I can just go to this edge of the debate D, make it a little bit wider but shorter. So I have something like this. Now I don't want this to be here. I want it to be under the 2021. So since it is on a new layer, I can click on the move button, move it, oops, go to the separator layer and move the separator layer down. I want it to be somewhere here. That's it. Okay, easily I could do that because it wasn't on a new layer. Now if I will take a text, whenever you create a text, it's always create a new layer by itself. I want to write something here. So I don't want it to be a one line or a headline just like what I did here. I want it to be a paragraph. So I have to click and drag. Let me do it again because I think I pressed it too hard here. So I just want to click and drag here just like this. Sometimes what happens when you click it and wait for a while, it takes a lot of time. Okay, and what it like if you will wait for a while, if it takes a lot of time and then you click on it, so it will not create a paragraph, it will create just one liner. Now as soon you will do that, it will always give you a fake text. Now this fake text is too big, so what I can do here is that I can first of all go to my text size here. Maybe I want it to be 12 or maybe 14 or something like that. Left align. Okay. I don't want it to be bold. I want it to be thin. I don't want it to be capital, all capital. I will change this one. Okay. And I don't want the kerning here, the tracking here to be -10. I want it to be 0 because as much you will put the kerning, it will be little hard to read if it is a body. Tracking kerning is good when you are working on a title, okay, not for the body text. Now thin I think is it's very hard to read, so I will keep it regular. You will not see thin and all these for all the fonts. Some fonts have this, some font like does not have. So suppose if I will go to Arial, Arial do not have those options. It have different options. All texts have different options. So let's choose Arial regular, leading auto. Okay, that's all. Now I will select this. Let's press enter so it can go to the new line. Or what I can do, I want this more text here. So I cannot copy and paste the one that I already have. It will not look nice. So I can go to the type here, and in the type there is an option here, paste lorem ipsum. If I click here, it will add the whole other line here by itself and more random text. The one that if the one that you don't want, like this one, you can just delete this or just make it bigger. Delete the one that you don't want. Okay, so I don't want the whole thing, so I can now make my box smaller again. Select it all. I will go to the paragraph and I will choose this option, which is justifies last left. This will make my poster a little bit better. I have now a good text written over here. Now, sometimes you will see that some informations are given down here. Maybe those information are related to the phone numbers, the websites, and those kind of things. Those are known as footer. So let's make a footer over here. I will make a new layer here, and I can do one thing. I can make a few separator here for the footer. So I can take my white color, my rectangle, same thing what I did here, I will do here, but vertically, not horizontally. And I can write here, footer separator. And I can create a something like this sort of a separator here. It's too thick. Let me undo it. Let me make it thinner. Yeah, this is fine. And I wanted this to be middle. automatically, if you will move it, you can see this pink line. It is from top to bottom. This line is automatically showing me that I am in the middle. So it will just show me that. What else you can do is that you have the opacity. If you think white is too harsh, you can go to that layer like footer separator, for example this one, and you can reduce the opacity in order to make it little faded, so it will not look too harsh. So it's something like this sort of thing. Okay, and then I can take my text tool, create one box here. Okay, even I can go to my text option here. Instead of 14, I can make it more smaller, because footer text are usually small. Okay, and maybe I can put it somewhere here, or let's do one thing. Go to type, paste lorem so that will make it more uh, text here. Now I will make another one here. Same thing I will do, but this time what I can do here is that I can just press enter, and I will just write a random website here. Okay, and some space bar, then I can write phone number here. Some random number. So I will just balance it out. Now you will see, if you want more information like email address, you can add that, so it will balance with the height of this one. It's always better. So and if you think you need more leading, so you can select this email address which I typed, and you can give us some leading here so that it matches the height. Now it matches the height of these two. I will press this button. Now this one thing you have to keep in mind, everything should be balanced. Here, this is the main thing that I want the people to read, but not this one. So keeping this white is not a good idea, because now whoever is watching this, like whoever is viewing this poster, reading the text, it will be a little confusing for him what to read right now, because everything looks same bright, like there is no weight. So if you remember, I went to the footer separator, this line, I reduced its opacity to 24. Let's make it 25 like that. So same thing I will do with this text, and same thing I will do with this text. So I will go to this text. So first of all, I want to change the name of it, so it will be easier, because all whenever you write a text, it will by default it will rename the text layer to whatever is written. So I don't want that to be here, so I can just go to this text layer, type it here, footer text left, and this one, footer text right. Now this is how I can easily uh, make a difference between them. Now in the footer text left, I can reduce it opacity to 25 as well, and the footer text right also 25. So this is still readable, but it's not harsh, so your eyes will ignore it at the first spot. This is where I want the viewer to focus on first. So I will keep it as it is with a bright color. So the first thing they will look at is this, not this. So I hope this part is clear. Now I want to add some image over here, but I told you in the beginning that we are doing text based poster, so no images. So backgrounds I just added, the light I just added, but I think it's not counted as text, but let's see. One more thing before doing anything else, I will change the name of these layers as well. This one I will rename it to body text, and this one I will change it to, oops, and this one I will change it to heading, so that it will become easier for us to find when we are working on our text layers and all those things. Now I think it looks much more neater and cleaner. Everything is renamed it correctly the way they should be. Now I will go to internet, okay, and I can search here silhouette of a debater. Okay, why, like, why not a real image of a debater? Why silhouette? Because silhouette will only give me the shape of the debater. If I will choose an image, it will be too detailed, which will not be, you can say, uh, helpful for our project that we are doing right now. So a shape is what we are looking at right now. Okay, so let me search it, and then I will bring it here. Okay, so this is what I have found right now, and I will look for the most simplest one. So most simplest one, which can be most simplest one. This I like it. Can select this one, and I will copy this image, and let me minimize it. File, new, create, and then paste. Whatever you will copy, automatically its size is also copied. So when you want to paste it, I will not paste it directly here. I will go to file, new, and if you notice that this is the same size of the file of the photo which I copied. Now here, why I copied it that, because I don't want to directly paste it. I want this black silhouette from here. So I will select this part. Okay. How I will select it? From here, if you will notice, there is a magic wand tool. Whatever color you will select, this magic wand will select everything related to that color. Now there is a tolerance here. Right now it is 5, so let's make it 32, high tolerance, so it will select all the colors that are same as the black. So I will just click it here, and you will see that only this part is selected, not the other black part. So at this stage, what I can do is that I can go to select option, choose similar. So whatever is black will be selected. Now everything is black is selected. This is what I want. Now I will go to edit, cut, and that black part has been cut. Now I will go here to I will close this one. Still, I will not paste it here. I will go to again file, new, create, paste. Now you will see that whatever I copied is pasted here. If I will hide the background layer, you will see checkerboard. This checkerboard shows the invisibility. So this means there is no background for this image. So when I copied it, it copied only the image, not the background. So this is what I actually want. But I don't want these lines here. So what I can do, simply I will go to the eraser tool. Size is too big. So I will just go here, reduce the size. Okay, the size is still too big. Now this is fine, but this time I want 100% hardness, because if I will erase something, you can see that. Let me increase the opacity, which I decreased last time. If I will start erasing, you can see that it is creating a feathered or blurred edges, which I don't actually want. So what I want at this stage is 100% hardness. So I will go to the size 100% hardness. So if I will erase now, you can see there is no edge blurriness. So I can take my magnifying tool and I can, go to this part and then take eraser tool. I think it's too big still. Now it's fine. And I can just draw, you know, remove that part here. The reason I'm removing, because these, I want to keep it as simpler as I can. Okay. Now I don't want this to be black. I want it to be any other color, white, or even black is fine. But issue is that the background here is black, so black over black will not show. So that's what I don't want from this image. But let's do this thing. Let's copy this one and let's see over here. So I was go to select, okay, all. So it will select the whole thing, edit, copy. Now I don't want this. I will close it. I don't want to save it. Here, paste it. Here it is. And I can rename this layer to debater. And I will go to free transform, scale it up a little bigger, something like this. But you will notice that this part is cut out. So one trick, if I will make this bottom part little longer, so it will cover the whole area which is being ignored. So what I can do, I can take this, let me move it a little bit, something like this. Now I will take this mark you tool, which we used last time. You can see that mark you tool help you to select anything. I can select the marquee tool. Make sure you are on the debater. You are in this layer. So I'm in this layer. I will select this part because this is the part that I want to make it longer. I will select this bottom part only. Edit, free transform or Control T. So I can press Control T on my keyboard and you will see that I got this free transform. Now if I will increase it, so it will increase just like this uniformly. So I have, because I'm using the Photoshop 2021 version, so I need to press shift key on my keyboard. Otherwise, if you're using older Photoshop version, so you don't have to press shift key. I will press shift key because I'm using the new version, and then I will increase the size. So it will only increase where I'm which direction I'm using. I'm going downwards, so it will increase the size of it downwards. Something like this. When I'm done, I can increase it this way also, other way also, but I don't want that. I want only it to be go down. When I'm satisfied, check mark. Still it is selected. So what you need to do, select option and deselect. The shortcut is Control D. So if I will deselect, everything will be deselected. So this is what I actually want. But if you remember, I told you we are doing a text-based poster. So at this stage, one thing I need to do is that I want to go to my spotlight, change the opacity of spotlight a little bit more so that it can show this more visible, because this is black. Okay, so later on you can also play. So opacity of spotlight, I have changed it to 63. Maybe 50 will be fine, or let's make it 65 for now. Now I'll go back to my debater layer. Now I want one thing. I want to convert this debater layer into a text. So Let me zoom in by taking magnifying glass and selecting only this debater, so it will zoom in here. I will go to my path. If you will see, there is a path option here. As soon as I will go to the path, there are some options here which I want to activate. To activate this, I want to go back to my layers, select only the debater. What I told you before, how you can select it, you can select it with the magic wand tool. You will choose the magic wand tool, click on any part of the debater like head. Now you want to select all the other parts. The good thing is all the other parts are also black color. So I will go to my select option here. Similar, it will select all the other parts. Now once this is selected, what I will do here is I will go to the path now. Now once you will go to the path, you will see all these options are being now I can use these. The first option is known as make work path from selection. So whatever is selected, it will create a path. So if I will click here, you will see that blue outline and there is a work path layer here. So what it did is that it created a path of whatever was selected. Now if I will go back to the layers, I have here debater. If I hide the debater, you can see that there is a path created. Now path is not on any layer because path is independent. Path is only in the path option. Path layer is different. Path layer is in the path. It's not here. And it's temporary. You can delete the path if you want. So debater layer is hidden. I don't want the debater layer to be shown right now. So what I will do here is I will make a new layer, and here I will rename it to shape text or text shape. Okay. Now I will take my text option here, and if I will go around, like on the, if I will, let me zoom in. If I will go on the border of the debater, like here, so you can see the text icon looks like a wave. Okay, the text icon which I'm moving right now, just notice it looks like a wave. But if I go inside, it looks like a circle. Wave means whatever I will type will be on the border. For example, if I will type here if I will click on the border, it will start typing on the border like this. Okay, let me undo that. If I will click inside, it will write inside. Okay, let me undo that also. So I want to write inside. Before writing, I will do some changes. Font, Arial, that's good. Kerning, like tracking, sorry, little bit, maybe -5. Font size, smaller, maybe 8. Leading, auto, I will keep it as it is. Paragraph, I will not choose any one of these, only I will choose the last one, so it will fit exactly. Now everything is set up. 8, -5, auto leading, white color, or I think black color will be fine because our debater was black color, so maybe black. Paragraph justified, good. Now I will click inside here. It will write everything inside. And if you will notice that if I will change the size of it to 6, I think 6 is much more better. So let's do it again. Type it here. Oops. Let's make it 6. This is fine. Some more text I needed, so I will just go to the last line. Type, paste lorem sum, so it will paste more. I'm done with the head. Now check mark. But once I'm done with the head, where is the rest of the body? So I have to go back to the path. Now you can see there is a new text shape being created because I clicked it here. but I don't want that. I want the path for the body, so I will click it here. It will go back to the body again. Layer again. uh, Text shape, if I will click it here, it will make a new layer by itself, so later on I can write a name. Everything is as it is, no changes. Click anywhere, because this whole thing is one, because head was alone something else. Okay, so if I click it somewhere here, okay, and the text is less, so what I will do here is that I will press space, type, paste lorem ipsum, so it will write more. Okay, so still I need to require more, so again type, paste lorem ipsum, and paste lorem ipsum until it gets completely full. Okay, that's all, and check mark. Now everything is done. Only I think here a bit I need, so maybe if I could reduce the size. No, it will be too small. So what I can do at this stage is I can make a new layer. Okay, let's do one thing. Text shape 1, this is text shape, I will say 2, and go back here. In the new layer I will type the whole thing again. Let's hide this one. Double click it here on like this one. Okay, because this is different. These layers are different. This is different. So this one I will reduce the size so the text can reach on this spot. So now if you can see that it is 3, so the text has been reached here because this is a narrow area. But I don't want the whole text, only I want the top part. So I will delete this whole area, delete this part, this part. Now I can unhide all these and you can see that everything is done. I'll rename this text shape 3. Now path, if you don't want, you can deselect the path from here, but just like going to the path, deselecting, or if you don't want the path you can delete it, but maybe next time you want to use it, so don't delete it, just deselect by clicking anywhere outside, so it will be deselected. Okay, but if you will click on these, it will show, it will click again, so maybe you can deselect this. Now this is a debater layer which was there, so I don't actually want this. And you can see that I have this debater showing as a text here. One thing you can do here is you can select the text, make it bolder, okay, and that's all. So this is the way we have created a poster 100% based on the text. So this like images that are used are not actually images, those are backgrounds, which I don't think we can count it as images. Now you can go to spotlight, you can reduce the spotlight if you want, or you can keep it as this. Okay, totally up to you. So any question, anyone? Is it clear, everything? Any question for now, so far? Okay, now once it is created, what you can do, you can go to file, you can save as, okay, and you can save it wherever you want. You can choose the folder wherever you want the folder to be. Now, there are like several different file types here. You will see that one of the file type here is Photoshop PSD. Photoshop PSD means like your Word file. When you make a Word file, you can edit it later on. When you open the Word file, you can edit it and then you can save it. But if I will convert that Word file into image, I cannot open that image in Microsoft Word and edit. So that's the same thing. PSD is like source file. I can open it anytime I want. Then I can change it. Suppose I can change the color. I will have all these layers. I will have all these images, all the text, and I can edit it anytime. So this is the source file. So PSD, always save it for your future editing purposes. Okay, so poster, I will write it poster, name poster, save it. That's all. And next time if I will open it, I will get all these layers, everything, and I can change it if I want. But if I want to convert this as an image and want to send it to someone, so I can go to File, Save As type, any image, PNG or JPEG. Maybe I will choose JPEG. Okay, and I can write here poster and save it, and it will be saved as a JPEG. So right now this is the PSD. You can see this PSD. If I will go open, okay, and if I will open the JPEG, this is the JPEG. Now this is JPEG, this is PSD. PSD, you can see there are all the layers and I can edit it. But poster JPEG, there is no layer here. I cannot do any sort of editing, but I can upload it on the internet, on my Facebook, on my Instagram, on my any social media. You can send it to your friend, they can view it, but they cannot edit it. So this is one of the ways to apply like to save the images to like send the images to other places. Okay, so I hope this is all clear, and you will be able to do like a kind of similar poster for your first assignment. So you can go to your Microsoft Teams. In your assignment section, you will be able to see your first assignment, and from there you can continue and see when is the deadline, and you can finish that. Now from the next class, which will be on Tuesday, we will move from text to images, and we will see how the images are being made. For first some technical parts of the images, then some creative parts of the images. Okay everyone, so take care, and then we'll meet in the next class. If you have any question, anything, you can write down in the comment section below, or you can message me on Microsoft Teams. Bye everyone.